You don't have to train to beat everyone. You need to train to beat the next opponent. Because if you don't beat the next opponent, it doesn't matter who is next. Because the next is the next, not the after this, you know. So you have to figure out who is the next. If he's southpaw, if he's grappler, if he's striker, and then you're gonna see who can mimic the next fighter that you're gonna do.
Wow.
And then you go from there, you know.
So your training camps, you specifically bring in someone and you try to have them mimic the guy you're fighting, and you try to have that fighting style every day in the cage?
Yeah.
Wow. You spar every day?
Now maybe 2 times a week, maybe less, maybe 1, depend how I feel, you know. You have to be smart when you reach certain level, because you know, injuries is the big things on the sport that can stop you, that can pull you out of the fight. So you have to be really smart who you train with, because it's fucking hard, bro. You need to train in a certain level that you can keep evolving, get condition, get speed, you know, accuracy. But you cannot go above that level too much, because you get injured and then you few days off train to recover, maybe weeks, maybe months if you get a surgery.
Yeah.
But if you train too low, you don't get ready enough for the fight and you get your ass beat on the fight day. So it's really hard business, because you have to train just enough to don't go up and to don't go below what you need.
Wow.
That's actually scary, because I learned from training with Tito Ortiz back in the day. That's why I never really used like people in my weight class and like fighters that was in the UFC, because one time Tito was training with New York Badass. What's his name? New York Badass, Phil Baroni. And Phil Baroni was going in for a single leg takedown, and Tito was trying to get out, and Phil Baroni hurt his knee. Like what Tito had to pull out of the fight, had to get surgery. I was like, Phil, why you didn't just let the leg go? It's like it's training. He's like, no, I wanted that takedown. And that's why, you know, what you're saying is correct. You got to get it just right, especially if you training with other guys that they want your spot, or they want your limelight and stuff like that. And that's why I learned. I'm like, man, I'm not training with other fighters like that.
Yeah, you need to be smart, because it's your career, it's how you pay your bills, and you have to train without no ego. Like if somebody gonna make me tap on the gym, of course I know I can resist a little bit as much as I can, but if I see that I'm gonna get hurt, I'm gonna tap. Because it doesn't work. There is no money involved. There is no camera scene that's going to nowhere. It's just going. I don't want to be champion in the gym. I want to be champion in the world.